And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Getting Down with Dave C. and forever kick ass co pilot, JT Kirk. Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
I don't have the sound thing, everybody. I do that so JT can play behind it. Go ahead. Can you get to the button?
Okay,
Bonk,
there you
bonk.
go.
I love that, dude. I love that sound. And hey, that's six, right? Because it's an
I think it is.
six. So hey, six. I think that's six, right?
I think it is. You know, with all these apps and the weird stuff with handles these days, you don't really know who it is on like anything anymore.
Yep.
So
And things seem to be in working order here. Let's see if that goes over. Oh, and Deeple popped in. I do know that's Deeple.
Oh, hey,
it's Deeple.
yeah. I see him on Tuesdays over at the Dad Man.
Very nice.
Welcome.
Very nice. I like it. And yeah,
we're
so
doing episode number 3 tonight, right?
Number 3, yes.
Yeah.
Number 3
episode. I'm never gonna say that right. You know that it's instead of issue, it's always just gonna be episode in my mind.
Oh, and 6 says this is for him, her. I don't know. You're my getting ready for work and driving there show. Nice.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
I was just telling JT backstage, inhaled to FKHC for popping in as well. We're getting a little crowd rolling.
Oh yeah, we are getting a crowd.
Yeah.
Why didn't you know that?
Did I get Deeple in there? Hey, Deeple. All right.
Yeah.
Because I'm typing on the other laptop here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we're doing Batman Beyond. Deeple and all that. Where's my Batman Beyond stuff? I don't know if Deeple and 6 saw this. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Right? Here's your Batman Beyond. Woo-wee, look at me, nerds. Yay. But it's pretty cool because this is the original one from 1999. Yeah, 26 years old already with the original.
It's still holding up good and all that.
Yeah, it has like one little scratchy scratch somewhere, but you can't even see it.
Oh yeah,
and it's very nice. So that's a keeper there. Her, okay, got it. Thank you, 6 weeks. Thank you for the clarification. So she said she's listening to us. Yeah, so Saturday night was my birthday, and I went to go see an 80s hair metal band. It's so good because they were playing local. So my Uber was only like $30 some each way this time instead of like 50 to 60.
Still.
Yeah. And it was 20 something. And I always give like a $5 tip or something if they're cool. Nice. If they're nice people. But they play stuff like White Snake and Kiss, and they'll even do
which is right up your alley. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm an 80s music, so I like my 80s pop. You know, I like my Aha and Tears for Fears. My Duran Duran, dude. Come on now. Flock of Seagulls. You know what I'm talking about.
And I know most of that. Yeah. I know most of that. Yeah.
Far away. Oh, I probably shouldn't sing that. I'll get a strike, won't I? Here on the YouTube.
They'll get me
for copyright.
To get something, I suppose.
Anyway, but hey, we are being transformative with Batman Beyond, so they can't get us for that. At least I hope. And I got to put this back on so that there we go. All right, let me position this so I can do this properly. And we'll do the cover here. What do you think about the cover this week?
Better yet. Better than week 1 and week 2. Although I still don't know if I really like it.
Well, I like
the truth.
Tim.
You know, a lot of this is just personal preference, but I try to look at it like, is this something that I would go through the rack or something, or a newsstand, something, wherever you're going to find your comic book? Would I look at that and say, yeah, that's something I want to pick up and buy?
And you know what I noticed as
honestly,
well there?
I don't know if I'm quite there still.
Yeah, well, it looked a little bit different in the face. It's not Bruce Timm, and I was right. Some guy named Tucker.
And
Tucker right here at the bottom, right here.
Hail to the great Buddy Hepburn.
Is Buddy here too? Hey.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're doing Did you say episode number 3 again?
I did.
You did?
I
Burned it already.
messed that up again. Yes.
Well, look here. This will cheer you up, though. I mean, you get a cojones right in the cojones shot. It looks like here from a left uppercut.
Which is something that I've been wanting for a long time. I feel like Black Panther missed out on like 6 or 7
Oh yeah, totally.
just wide open moments for that. Yeah.
We did get it last week, though, didn't we? Did we get one finally? The girl.
We did. We finally got one. That was the first one on like a year of doing this show. We finally got one. I was like, oh, great.
Yep. We finally got a good old cojones right in the kanickies. Way to go, a-holes. So, yeah. But if you didn't know, that main character there obviously is going to be part of the story. That is, should I spoiler alert for people? But no, let's not spoil alert. So we get the people here that do the stuff. And then we get some army and some hazmat.
But what does that mean? Never mix, never worry.
I'm not sure.
I'm kind of confused there.
Yeah, it's just what they titled it. It goes into some. We're going to do chemicals. We're doing science today in this issue.
I love a good chemistry set experiment.
Well, you're going to get that here, and this is a pretty cool one-page ad. Like it's a full-blown thing. Got this truck flying off the cliff here, and it says Highway 62 will be shut down after a semi carrying volatile nuclear chemicals was forced over the edge. And then I was going to make a political
nuclear
joke about the drivers, but
chemicals are typically not volatile. They're radioactive, but they're.
Oh, you'll get plenty of that. You'll get plenty of that too. So,
all right,
hang on to your horses there, JT. And I don't know what it is about our political timing. I'm going to skip the driver part here for the semi trucks. I'm not going to get into that. You can figure it out. Batman created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, by the way. So we get a pretty good full spread there. And then you get this guy.
Get Frankenstein.
Sergeant. Yeah, Sergeant. He says, my orders were to protect the material at all costs. So he felt that it was better to be at the bottom of the canyon. I'm like, good thing that it didn't, just explode on impact, considering he said it was volatile. I was like, all right, well, you got away with that one, I guess. I don't know what CANF AFR is.
Wait.
What is that? Is that Canadian?
Where are you seeing it?
Right here underneath the purple one, Sergeant Taylor.
Air Force Reserve?
AFR? Does anybody figure that out? Let me know. I have no clue. Never give up. Never surrender. That's right, buddy. We had a fun time watching that movie, too. Okay. And so, yep, I don't know what that is there, JT. I thought maybe you might. So this is Meredith, right here doing the report.
Well, this is actually might be a deeper cut than you realize. Is I asked the artificial non-intelligence about Caniff AFR, and Milton Caniff, 1907 to 88, was an influential American cartoonist known for his adventure comic strips, Terry and the Pirates, Canyon.
Okay. Very nice.
So he did a bunch of World War II and Air Force and stuff like that comics.
Yeah, FKC kind of agrees with you. He thinks it's Air Force Reserve or something.
Okay.
Like that. Okay. Like a base, maybe. I think it's like the base.
Okay.
So anywho, so let's get into all this radioactive and who's my chemical people out there, and I'm nuclear biologists or scientists. Sorry,
nuclear biologist.
Yeah. Sorry about that one. So this guy here, Dr. Clive Elder, his names are kind of weird, but he's like, there's this thing called Yostrium, and he goes, there was a small wall. And I think they left out the L here. Is that what that is there? They left out the L. So typo. The small wall. Is wall a measurement in
vial?
Nuclear
it's
science?
A small vial.
Is it
They just
vile?
lettered it very poorly. Yeah.
I got to put my glasses on, ladies and gentlemen out there. Oh, it is vile. Holy crap. Okay. Now that makes kind of sense.
It's lettered
I guess
very
like, what?
poorly. Because I
Yeah.
zoomed in and it's still they made a mistake.
Oh, I just
Yeah,
put
they
my
had the
glasses
eye.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense now to me. So there was a small vial of experimental second level radioactive material. So any of you geniuses out there who are good with this kind of stuff, maybe you can explain the second level. I don't remember that I don't remember any of that in my, yeah, I didn't deal with radioactivity. I don't do with that stuff or electric. I don't do that stuff, dude.
It's not a
Eh,
standard classification.
yeah. Anyway, he says, this guy's explaining that there was a small vial of this stuff, and the guy's like, "Oh, any danger?" Or she's like asking him, and he's like, "As you know, everything we use, JT, and it has radioactive materials in it. Did you know that, JT? Everything."
Um, everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He gets into it. He gets into some detail here later. So,
Okay.
but the problem is, if you have a small amount of this yttrium, it can disrupt energy patterns of the material, radioactive material.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And now then you get General Duke Morrison, because why wouldn't he not be named Duke or Chet, which is fine. But
M
you know,
M M M.
MM Duke,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, he's like, "Oh, we're going to contain the area and all that kind of stuff." He's a 3 stars. Look at that guy.
They're going to coat the entire truck with a nullifying substance. I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe some boron sand, a
Yeah,
bunch of
yeah.
water.
He doesn't really clarify that what they're going to use, but he says it's going to render the yttrium inert. And there you go. So they're trying to contain it. And then I'm kind of wondering if there was like a squirrel down there, kind of went in there and was taking a bath in it, and then we're going to get like crazy squirrel, kind of thing going on. But anyway, maybe not.
Mhm.
Then he mentioned something here. I don't know why he would tell people that. Yeah, that was our whole entire stock of the stuff. I don't know that you would release that to the public. And then he said it took us 10 years just to get that much, but it's relevant to the story as we get into it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But then you're not sure who this guy was talking to. This is what confused me a little bit as well, as I am so easily confused sometimes in these comics. He's talking to our guy from last issue. That's Powers, Mr. Powers. He got blasted with a high level of radiation because he got sick. Didn't he get sick from the stuff that the stuff that they were trying to use from last issue? 18, trying to
I
remember
honestly
last
have
week.
zero memory of
Yeah,
how
so the
that
guy here in the
issue ended
middle,
last week. It
yeah,
was not memorable enough for me.
yeah, that's Powers. He got sick from some chemicals from his company that he was trying to use illegally, and he got dosed with it. And the only way to fix him was high levels of radiation or some other stuff. He chose the radiation route, and he became the guy that's on the cover. So there's a spoiler alert there, but that's why he's in this shape instead of the guy on the cover, because that's the last part we saw of him. He's now named Mr. Blight, and he's extremely radioactive, but I guess he can shapeshift a little bit here. So apparently that general was talking to him. I was like, ooh, okay, all
On the
right.
TVs, yeah, they were FaceTiming.
FaceTime. We get a big ass monitor too. That was kind of cool. Oh, yeah, you're right, TV. So no go on that one. But Powers, as we all know now, is evildoer, and he wants to collect the yttrium.
Mm-hmm.
But the henchmen here are like, yeah, we didn't know the dude. He drove the damn thing off the damn cliff, man. He goes, I want it back. I don't really care. And it doesn't. And if they make it inert, it's not going to be any good to him. So we get to see him transform into Mr. Blight. And Mr. Blight's a pretty powerful character there, guys. He's if you watch the Batman Beyond animation, I don't know if anybody out there has. The zooming was zooming, yes. This is following along with the cartoon was based off of this. I always get that backwards. Yeah, and then the henchmen are like, well, nobody's going to get near that crap anyway now, man. It's it's useless.
Mhm.
But he's like, not for me. So I kind of like the stuff coming out of his eyeballs here. So, I'm getting kind of pissed. He's like, damn it, I'll just pulls the old trope of if you can't do it, you've got to do it yourself or something like that, right? How does it go, JT?
If you want something right, you've got to do it yourself.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you.
And he irradiates or something on his.
Yeah, he has the ability to contain the Mr. Blight features. He's like a Jekyll and Hyde, and he can change his skin. I don't know if that's like a plastic skin mold. I'm thinking he's just burned it off now because he got pissy. He got all upset. So whatever his little face covering there was, he just burned it right off. He's full on radioactive. He's like these guys standing next to him probably aren't going to be able to procreate now. If you get my
Probably.
drift.
Well,
yeah. Their cranium's going to be about 5 times the size by tomorrow, being that close to him. It's no bueno. Any thoughts, JT, of what's going on here?
I'm already kind of maybe not so hot on this one. We'll see. Did you notice something wrong about this flying craft?
Well, Six said she likes how the hands are drawn in that panel. Which one, Six? The
one with the skeleton, the bones. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Blight. Yeah, Mr. Blight's kind of a cool character if you dig it. He's extremely powerful, and he's radiated that you can see his skeleton. But he's functional. He's a functional radiated guy.
He could do something useful for society and like help clean up Chernobyl or something. Or
you would think. You would think. Yeah, he could. Maybe they could get him to absorb all the radiation stuff and then shoot his ass out into space, but lie to him or something. That would be a good government thing, right?
Yeah,
that's a good plot. I just thought of that. I'm gonna need to write.
The government
I didn't need to do my
somebody?
own.
No, Dave. Come on, that's not plausible.
I need to do my own comic, JT. Where's my drawing that I could show everybody? Oh, I don't have it readily available. I hope I didn't throw that out.
You'll find it later and get vindicated for finding it.
Totally vindicated. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna show everybody. Should I show everybody?
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
It's not very good. I drew something on a napkin. I was thinking about.
I love to leave the audience with a little bit of mystery. So
leave them hanging.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's up with the plane here?
Do you notice something missing from the plane?
Rotors?
No.
Or is it a helicopter or a plane?
No, it's a plane.
It's a plane. The plane, boss.
Do you know what's missing off this plane?
Come on, man. No Fantasy Island, JT?
No. You're gonna be mad when you see it.
All right. Well, I was trying to do some Fantasy Island there for everybody. The plane. You're showing my age a little bit there. Maybe you don't remember that one. But you remember Khan, right?
I do.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember everything.
Well, you remember who played Khan? It's Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to say it like that. Ricardo Montalban. Okay. If you say it any other way, it's not right. Well, of course, he was in The Star. He was Star, and Villaches was the shorter of stature type person who was in the show and very well liked. And he would go, the plane, at the very beginning of the show. FKC remembers, yay!
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, yeah, it's called Fantasy
Somebody
Island.
remembered.
Yeah, look it up. That was Ricardo Montalban, dude. Yeah, way before
Okay.
Star. Well, I don't know. Star Trek 2 was out there pretty. When did that
Is it
come
in
out?
color? Or was it black and white?
Absolutely in cover.
Okay.
Her Villages was the other guy's name. And anyway, I'm old. So all right. So 6 is saying repellers and landing gear. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. I didn't catch on
It
to it.
is missing wings.
Oh, it doesn't have any tail wings. It's jet propelled, right? No wings.
If you scroll up a couple pages, you get that big original view, a big look at it above this page.
For reals?
Yeah, yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
Right there.
Oh,
There's no wings.
there's no wings. Very interesting. Well, this is the future when nobody knows how far, though. We went how many years? At least 40 or 50 on Batman. So Batman, Bruce has got to be in his late 80s and 90s.
We're more than halfway there, and every plane still needs wings.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. So Buddy goes, her Villages was also Nick Nack in The Man with the Golden Gun. Ooh, very interesting. You just so full of knowledge, buddy. It's crazy with all the crap you know, dude. It's awesome. I love it. Buddy knows a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
So does everybody else in the chat. So these dudes are flying down in a. I don't know about these figures, man. We're trying to save lives here. So this guy's giving a. You're getting the Bill Paxtons from Aliens. I don't know about that, man. What? And this dude's like, be quiet, man. We're trying to, risk is part of our job. And until, and then he's like, well, why don't you put her in charge? Anyway. So
Dave's on a roll tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm drinking kombucha. That tea's got me jacked, man. Okay. That green tea gets you going, dude. I like it way better. I miss my coffee.
I can't say I've had the same experience, but I'm happy for you.
But he says he's a nerd. Well, we love you, dude. That's for sure. And everybody who showed up today. So the guy's like, I've lost stick control, sir. And he goes, oh.
Your mama lost stick control.
Yeah. That's for complaining too much. And he's
risk
like,
is part of the job. Well, what's happening? Lost stick control. Radioactive surge from the Austrium disrupting our power source.
I'm like, what? Anyway, I won't get into the science, but that's what they said happened. So all the way halfway up the mountain there was a surge. At least these guys are wearing full-on equipment, because that would be crazy if they didn't. And the tail end hits the cliff, and the guy's like, do something. It's like, what? Do what?
It's like, hang on, son. Let it go. Go.
You beat me to it, dude. Good on you. Very good.
And then Batman comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then you get what I know you don't like. There's zero background art.
Yep.
Batman, Terry McGinnis to the rescue. The suit is so cool, though. Just grabs that dude out of midair, and the dude, he's thinking of everybody else. So let's give this guy props here. I'll just call him number 3.
They assert that this is a helicopter, but the helicopter doesn't have big enough blades to manipulate the air fast enough to generate lift.
Nice, very nice.
But
it's future stuff, dude. Yeah, it's future.
Sure. I thought we were doing science on this one, Dave. That's what you told me. We were doing science.
We're getting there. Well, you have some Yostream and radioactive stuff already. Okay. And we're getting there. Don't worry, I'm going to make you read the names of all the stuff that they come up with.
All right.
And the chat says they like the background here. It's cool every now and then when they want to display the colors of him. As long as they don't tend to do it a lot, because that gets JT upset. And I like it too. But, I don't want to see. I love background in trees. So the other
something to look at, just something at all.
Yeah, but the colors do pop here. So, whoa, she's moving. No, not there. And so the other guys in the copter, I guess they're going to call it copter now. Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, that's what they're going with.
All right. I kind of like the plane one better. A copter makes sense, I guess, to get where they're going there. So Batman, Terry here is guiding. He has jet propelled feet, but they're not really showing it here. I was like, you kind of got to show that if you're going to display like Superman strength, because the suit does give him like 10 times the power. That's, I think they mentioned that before, JT, 10 times the strength or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a way stronger with that suit on. He's like almost gorilla strength.
Well, he looked a little soy, so before he could only lift the 5-pound dumbbells, and now he can lift the 50-pound dumbbells.
Right. Right.
Anyway, hey, Classic Comics, good to see you.
Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, the classics. Yes. So on the way down of Terry trying to save their asses from crashing after they actually hit the mountain, they see this this thing walking down with all this, I guess that's a kind of like a radiation type smoke, reverberating from his emanating, I guess is a good word, emanating from his own body. And then you see the truck. I kind of like this shot here to the left where you see it looking down, time and space, right, JT?
Yeah.
You get some spatial look to see how high they are. And I thought that was kind of cool. So at least they're thinking of doing that. And you get some trees, some shrubbery. So yeah, that was kind of a cool one there to the left, because it just shows, like I said again, that like they were thinking about depicting how people were looking at it. Because in the middle one, all of these guys should be holding on a lot more than, because there looks like they could fall right out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Mr. Blight. He's on scene, and he's all mad now because he's got to go do stuff on his own. Nobody can get to it, which is understandable. So he's going straight for the Yostrium, and he smashes his way in. But old Terry's standing there, and I'm thinking, well, that suit's probably a little bit radioactive proof, but probably not a lot. So he shouldn't be. Even Blight tells him you should keep your distance. No. So what do you think about him just going right down there and confronting him? What do you think, JT?
I don't know. Is the suit made of some radioactive shielding?
I would think
that's better than lead, and we just don't know about it.
Well, it is the future, far ahead. I don't know if it's that far ahead, but Bruce probably did put some kind of a nanobot type technology suit, but I'm sure it has some kind of radioactive protective layers to it. But I'm going to assume that it's not like from Star Trek 2. You're not going to last that long.
Sure.
You're going to last longer than Spock did, but I don't know if it's going to be like he could
There's
just stand next to
substitute for lead or about 40 feet under water type of stuff, right?
It's not even being near the damn stuff, to be honest. Yeah. So Terry's like, "Nah, I'm good, man. What are you doing? What's up?" I like the detail here. You get some rocks and the truck there, some more shrubbery, like you picked out one of the trees before on one of the last issues. You get some trees in the background there and multi-layered detail. That's kind of cool.
I do like Blight over here. Something looks weird with Batman, especially in the next one down here. It's just something looks weird. Something looks off with the face.
With the face in this one, the straight ahead look.
Yeah.
Because Blight's telling him, you don't want to fight with me, dude. If I open this, I can irradiate this entire state. And,
Doubtful. That's not enough radioactive material. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a second element.
Concentrated you think you got it?
Yeah, and there's not a lot of it. I don't know about the whole state. Uh, but I'm kind of surprised. Like at this point, there isn't like a couple of brigades of guys in suits, like from Close Encounters. You know, where
Hmm.
all they killed off all the wildlife to make it look like a disaster. I'm sure that's what they would have done here. But he calls his bluff and says, "Ah, no, dude, you ain't gonna do that shite. You know you need it. So what are you gonna? What's up?"
Yeah, how evil did this guy suddenly become that we're not aware of? I don't think to do it either. So he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I guess you called my bluff. Now we're gonna,
get it on. Right?
engage in fisticuffs."
Now, which panel is it? This face head on one here? That's a little
Yeah,
off to you.
something's not right.
I guess he's
Maybe
trying to
the
look
ears are too big. Just
kind of. I think they're too tall.
yeah,
Well, no, I'm looking at my model. It's about right. But of course, then the model's based off this comic, so it looks like, oh, if Nick was here, he could tell us. Maybe you guys can tell us what Batman are on. It's on the tip of my tongue. I think in the '90s, where Batman had really, really big ears, depending on what artist drew it. Eternal Night. Oh, I can't think of it. There's a run of Batman comics where his ears are really, really tall. But anyway, back to this. Look at that. Look what happens, everybody. That's why he was so close, JT. It was a
he was a
freaking
hologram.
yeah. You should like get smart Star Trek people. You like that? It's a hologram. He's, so yeah, Terry wasn't dumb enough to go down there like I had originally thought he was. So I was like, yeah, that suit's probably not going to be that great to get next to just Blight alone, dude. And that
Yeah,
other stuff with them, yeah,
yeah.
no. And it was inadvertently correct because I was chastising him for doing it. I didn't know that it was hologram until I read it. And then he goes, I should have known you wouldn't get too close. And I was thinking, you're right, Blight. I'm with you there, homie.
But then he does get too close and hits him with a branch.
Well, I guess he was 20, 30, 40 feet away. I don't know. You can't really tell in this middle cut pane. He's standing not really in front of him, but way back here on top of this part of a hill or something. And Blight goes through the hologram. This confused me. I get it now. He runs back through the hologram to get it, the real McGinnis, but he clubs him with the tree branch. I'm like, what? He smashes the shit out of him, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Whack. And I love this face that Blight makes to the left here. He's like, ah. So I'll give him props on that. You can feel his pain there.
You
I mean,
can.
can I imagine getting hit with a huge ass tree branch from the Batman suit with that power, that whoosh? We get a good whoosh there that we loved in the Black Panther comics. We always loved it when I forgot who wrote those, drew those now. Not Ditko. Who was it? Who did those?
That was
Oh my gosh. Drawing a blank here, everybody.
the one that Stan Lee always stole from. Kirby, Jack Kirby.
Jack Kirby. Jeez. Yeah, what is wrong with us? Good God. Of all the names we're going to forget, it's Kirby?
I was
Good
like, it's the guy
Lord.
that made the only real Silver Surfer comic. So it had to have been
Yeah.
Jack Kirby. Yeah.
Betty says Kelly Jones drew them the longest. Like absurdly long, huge, even. Yeah, but I like this swish. Gives it a little good action detail. And he's hand over the vial.
File.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just being goofy.
That's
Yeah, I don't think I really said it like that. But yeah, so Blight's really not going to go down that easy, although he took a pretty good whack there, whack-a-mole. He goes, oh, that's what he actually says. You can't believe it would be that easy. And he blasts, and I thought he blasted him here, but apparently, does it look like to you he grabs the stick or the branch instead of like shooting radioactive, pew pew. What do you think there, JT? It looks like he grabs the stick there.
He does grab the stick and then irradiates him through the wood.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me, that he grabs the stick there because you can see a little hand from McGinnis there. But it gives him a good jolt, man. I mean, like, see, that's why you shouldn't even be down there at all, to be honest with you, man. But he catches a break here because Blight goes, I'd love to stay and finish this. I kind of like the art here. I mean, it's good Blight art. The hand coming up with all the stuff, blasting out. But in true life comic villains, that they never take out the guy, like in Bond or anything you ever see. When they have the opportunity here, they just talk a lot and leave leave our hero kind of jacked up. But he takes off. He goes, but your death is my last priority. He just wants to get out of there. And we get in some of these cut angle scenes again. I know that you love these. I know you're always so happy to see these.
Yep.
But he blasts the copter. I guess is sitting up there on a shelf.
Why doesn't he dispatch him? Why doesn't he dispatch him?
It's a comic thing, because then it would be the end of the series. Can't do that, but he's got to say that he would and then not do it. So classic stuff. I didn't understand. Was he like trying to steal the copter, or he could just walk out of there or fly out of there? He's pretty powerful because he got there pretty quick. I guess he Ubered to get there in the first place. Mr. Blight did. So he shoots the helicopter, and then I'm like, oh, okay. So another classic move, JT. Why do you think he did the blasted the helicopter? Quiz time.
Why, or with what?
No, why? Why do you think he did it?
Just slow him down. Just slow him down.
Yeah. Just to divert his attention away from Batman, getting up. And it's kind of like, I'm with you on this one. You would think that Blight probably would have kicked him while he was down, or beat him up pretty good here, and then just walked away or something. But we get some action. Terry has to go save the other two dudes that are in there because one of them falls out. He catches one, and I guess he grabs the other guy. I know there was two that were still in there, plus the third dude that was somewhere else. But you get the blast out of his feet, everybody. This is where he has like rockets in his shoes. Pretty handy. So he can fly around. He's rocket powered. And I like this scene here where he's catching one. You can show how strong he is with that suit, and how rockets he can carry two grown men with all that equipment they have on and just fly away, save them. So, yeah. Anywho, JT, any thoughts about that whole scene? Classic.
Predictable. By the book.
Yeah. It's by the numbers, isn't it? Just like you said, by the book.
Yeah. Pretty predictable. I mean, if this were in the 50s or 60s, maybe I'd give it some more room. But this is in the 90s, right?
Yeah, well, they wrote Adam Strange and stuff like that with his rocket stuff, and he could fly around. And I only have like one comic. I know who he is. I couldn't tell you much more about it than that. He has rockets and stuff like jetpacks, or I think it was jetpacks and stuff like that. Mark and Nick would know. Clyburn types would definitely know about Adam Strange. It's one of my 10-cent comics, 12-cent comics that I have. But we get a huge Batcave monitor, and I'm like, yay, there's nothing on it. Arg. JT, you know how disappointed that makes me. Like, oh, you can make all this detail, and Batman's symbol is purple instead of red. I don't know what's going on there, everybody. Did you notice that?
Oh, that it's purple and not red?
It's fuchsia. What is that, everyone? That's not purple. Is that fuchsia?
Dave, I've got like 5 colors that I know. Okay. So it's purple.
Purple. All right. Well, I entertained you a little bit. I think it's more on the fuchsia side. So when somebody said, I had a Coke with my McRib. Yes, buddy. I saw that the McRib is back. Did you know that,
Is
Jake?
it? I've never liked those.
Oh, they're like
And
good,
don't
but
open the sandwich to look at it either.
yeah. But I remember eating those, man. So cherry Coke, ooh, ugh. Well, Six, have you ever heard of this thing called Mountain Dew? Ugh, you could clean drywall with that stuff.
Well, the most sugar and caffeine, I think, was actually Dr. Pepper, isn't it? I know it has more caffeine than Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I don't know about sugar. I think Mountain Dew might beat the Dr. Pepper. Mr. Pibb is coming back out, but it's a Coke product as well.
Yeah.
I
I don't drink any of that ever since Coke told their employees to be less white.
Yeah, and then they doubled down again recently.
Yep.
So then because I'm Mr. Pibb now, I'm like, ooh, damn it. So, but Ricardo Montalban, FKHC says Ricardo Montalban did the commercial. What? I can't read, guys. Oh, he did the commercial for the Chrysler Cordoba, which has nice Corinthian leather. So of course they got him to do it. Can you imagine with that accent? JT. I'm Ricardo Montalban. Buy my car. It's the Cordoba with luxurious Colombian leather. You buy it now. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so I had a problem with this art here because I'm thinking, yeah, there's no way that they made it purple on purpose. It had to be some kind of transfer issue or just the ink didn't come off the right way. And they said, screw it. We're not fixing it. It's too late. We're going to print. Nobody will care. See how they didn't think of us 27 years later, 26 years later? So Bruce's head down here in the chair, it's a little odd, but it's far away. Terry's head's a little weird here, but again, it's far away. So it's just doing the time and space here or spacing, sorry, for how huge the Batcave is, because his mansion is gargantuan size. Huge. Yeah, but you could put those gargantuan, you could put the green brown guy in there, the Gargantuas. You ever see that movie, JT? War of the Gargantuas?
No.
Oh, so good. Back in the Godzilla days. Anyway, I'm pretty sure, buddy, in these FKHC, maybe Six, if you're a Godzilla fan, you would have seen it back then. Anywho, all right. So Bruce is giving him a little bit of direction here. You got to learn how to pick your battles. He's like, yeah, but I just, I didn't even get the Yostrium. Blight was there. So close, JT, so close. And I'm thinking of Dumb and Dumber. Swami, Sana, Samsonite. Oh, so close. And he goes, well, you had to be sure the soldiers were safe first. So Bruce is like, oh, okay, he's being nice to him. So that's good to see. He's not yelling at him. You screwed that up, Terry. You're terrible. He gave him a compliment because you know how Bruce is. He's saving the civilians, even though the freaking plutonium, or not plutonium, the Yostrium got away. Which is, I was a little surprised that Bruce would say that, but he had to because he did save those guys' lives. So that was nice. He goes, well, here you go, JT. We're going to get into some more science here for you. You ready?
Xanthalium Yostrium.
Yeah. So Bruce
Xanthalium, not to be confused with xanthan gum, common food additive.
Yeah. So Bruce brings up the whole thing of that was gone, and he thinks that Blight probably stole it. They don't know. And then he goes, well, I've been missing a lot of school because of you. So there's a little shot across the bow that Terry's given Bruce. It's kind of like, Bruce doesn't seem to mind that Terry's missing school. So, but hey, I guess there's more important stuff there than getting your education. Even though
He was never on the college track anyway, Dave. Come on, let's be real.
no, he wasn't. He's like, he could take some GED later. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, when you're going to be a superhero and you're funded by a guy worth who God knows how much money, billion, Elon Musk type money, I think you're okay. And I think you'll be, I think you can get a car later. You'll be good. So he's like, Xanthrium, Yostrium, what you talking about? Well, it's so you're kind of like, I'm with you there, Derry. I don't know what that crap is. So Bruce gives him a lesson here. And here you go. Do you want to get into that one in that middle one?
The middle one. The past 15 years have seen the introduction of an entire.
Yeah.
Okay. The grammar already derailed me here. You see where they messed up.
Yeah, they forgot it. They actually did have a typo.
The past 15 years have seen the introduction of an entire new family of man-made radioactive elements.
Yeah.
Called second stage radioactive elements.
Now, is anybody into the nuclear stuff here? You notice that second stage radioactive elements?
It's something they made up. It's something they made up. Really, if you're going to try to add another row onto the periodic table, those things are not going to exist in nature, Dave, because they're too unstable. And most of that, not most of it, but several of the elements on the bottom of the periodic table are, stuff that exists for a second or a split second before it decays.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking, if you're taking ions and stuff out of elements, are you going to create another element? You're going to risk doing that?
We've already pretty much gotten to the bottom with a ton of theoretical stuff that we're not going to find in nature, if at all. So the fact that they're going to add a whole nother row to just talk about this stuff and have it be stable, I don't know.
So this just is for fun. It's basically
this is made up for fun nonsense. The problem is the third element, siliconium. Since the government began developing yttrium, they've theorized that a combination of xanthalium, yttrium, and siliconium could create a third inert element. So if it's inert, what's the problem? Inert is not harmless. Okay. I mean, enough water can delete you too. What's the point?
Yeah. I mean, kind of like enough Taco Bell too, Oosh. But although I like those little pizzas, those are pretty good. I haven't had Taco Bell in like 6 years. So you guys tell me, anybody eat that stuff anymore out there in the chat world? I used to the pizzas weren't too bad if I was desperate.
Yeah.
Because you guys know I can't do the White Castle anymore. So yeah, that's a no-go.
Buddy says that search engines report second stage nuclear elements occur when alpha decay occurs and the element transforms into a different element. But alpha decay is not bad.
Oh, let me 6 is leaving, JT. We got to say goodbye.
All right.
Have a great night. Thank you, as always, for popping in. Thanks for coming in. We always appreciate the company, and you're welcome anytime. Okay, so back to that. Sorry, I just wanted to get that in there. Just say goodbye to her.
So if the elements have undergone alpha decay, they become these things.
Well, could they not be then unstable? Even though the combination of the three of them makes them inert, that doesn't make any sense.
The stupider it's going to get, Dave.
Yeah, well, I know. That's why I brought it up. I told you it was going to get all sciencey.
Okay. So basically, if you combine all three of these, you get an inert element, and then this element is capable of making all other radioactive sources also inert.
See, but the only problem I have with people screwing around with this stuff is once it starts breaking down, you don't know what it's going to do until it happens the first time. Am I not correct about that?
I
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but apparently everything on the whole planet now is nuclear powered, and
Radioactive.
so airplanes, hovercraft, art machines, whatever they mean by that,
Because we're in
even
the future.
traffic lights are nuclear powered.
Yeah. So Bruce says, if like okay, I see what you did there. I was going to read this part.
Uh-huh.
That today almost all mechanical energy sources rely partially on radioactive energy. All right. If Blight gets a hold of some of that third element, he'll have all three, duh. And then he can create a device that could drain the energy from anything. Because that's what you had said. All of it has some part of radio. That was your point there. That's what Blight is trying. That's what he thinks Blight is trying to do. I did catch on to that. That's why I was wanting to make sure I read that. Because what's the point of all of this?
So, Dave, let me ask you this, okay? If everything from your pocket watch to a traffic light is now nuclear powered, why are you going around finding these elements that take 10 years to make? Couldn't you just take a bunch of scrap and throw it together, and now you got enough fissile material
Well, I could say
to make a kaboom boom?
I could say something about somebody who did something about 5 years ago somewhere over in another place that caused a lot of problems for people around the whole world. Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why. You know,
I
because we
just
keep screwing around with stuff that we shouldn't be screwing around with. That's
I'm
why.
just pointing out here that if nuclear
Proliferation.
that's
I
the
got
one
you.
word that I always struggle to say. Proliferation. There we go. Is so ubiquitous. Why are we messing around with all this other crap?
Well,
Because the next
because we're idiots,
one
and that's what we
down,
do.
the next one down, the next rest of this page, they say, well, if it's not going to be inert,
Well, I figure that
that
he's just playing the
combining
Bond. He's
them,
playing like the evil, super evil guy, and Bruce thinks that he's just going to create something that can drain the power source, because apparently at this point, this far in the future, it's not really that far. Bruce is still alive here. We're only talking 50,
yeah,
60 years would make him
yeah,
90 plus.
yeah.
We just don't know because they haven't told us.
I mean,
Because
am I
somebody asked
crazy?
last week, what time frame is this? We just don't know. I have no
Yeah.
clue.
So
Because they,
combining the three could be unstable. And
yes.
the explosion could cover an area the size of Gotham with deadly radiation. Am I crazy here thinking just get a bunch of pocket watches and pop the radioactive batteries out until you get
Well, that's the
enough
point I'm trying to
material?
think, is that Blight would probably, he's a smart guy. It's Terry Powers. He's not really gone
Yeah.
insane, although he was a douchebag anyway to begin with. Remember, he was a freaking criminal. He was trying to rob the company. He got half of it, or 49% or whatever, 51. And he was trying to get the whole company from Bruce by screwing him over. You would think that Blight would be, but when that narcissism and ego kicks in, we've met a few of those guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would think in that, like, Blight figures he can absorb testing it.
But
you know what I mean?
But why are we
guess.
even engaging in any of this to begin with?
Well, because if it works, Blight can walk around anywhere and use it to say, hey, if you don't give me $1 million,
Yeah, but he
gonna,
doesn't know if it's stable or not, because they also
not
said
yet.
it's unstable.
He's going to test it, I guess.
Regardless, you can tell where I'm what I'm thinking of
Yeah.
this plot.
Yeah. And the good point is that you mentioned that Bruce says here, fortunately, the zirconium is a controlled element, like yttrium. There's only one place where it was ever produced. So he doesn't have the third element yet, after we just had that long conversation about not screwing with this kind of stuff to begin with.
Okay, so
Yeah.
where is this one place?
Okay, well, here you go. It's at Bloodhaven.
Oh,
And
of course.
yeah, of course it
the
is.
Outer Bloodhaven nuclear plant. Oh, okay.
Which
Well, we
in
know.
itself is shut down
Yeah.
because they effed up. What's the irony in that? I mean, can you get enough irony in that?
Well, we just know that it's not in Russia because there's a picture of a functioning tank.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But it was shut down because they. Oh, and guess what they said 5 years ago? Folks, that was not on purpose for me to say that earlier. That was a total coinkydink, but quite funny. We've been running into that with these comics, haven't we, JT, for the last year?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You even called me out. I was like, Dave, did you pick this comic? Because I was like, no, I had no idea until I read it. I didn't read this one until tonight before we came on. Perused it. And so there was a major spill here, but they still guard it. And I'm like, okay. So they're basically making sure nobody tags up the place with some graffiti or something. But okay, I guess there's equipment and stuff in there. So this guy explains it. Hey man, that zirconium is secured in a room in this building over here, Mr. Powers. How this guy knows that? I don't know. I guess he's from there. And he gives a stark warning. Anything within a 4-mile radius is that's no bueno, JT. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, so that's why they're guarding it. They shut the place down, but for some reason they keep the stuff stored there because where else are they going to put it? I'm assuming. Makes
So
sense.
if they open a door, then anything within 4 miles is automatically dead. That's not how that works.
Yeah, pretty much. but Powers is like, yeah, man, I get it. I got to go burn my face off again because I'm the only one that can go do this. Use any living thing except for blight. And that's a big ass dog, almost as big as Ace there. Good gracious, that's a big dog. So this guy's walking around with his monster mutt, and good Lord, his sidearm thing must be huge. His pistol must be big, JT. Look at that case. I mean, his holster.
Yeah. maybe it's for his radiation scanner.
Yeah, I guess so. But what do we always say about finger control?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, they never have it, except like 1 out of the 100 we've talked about. Look what he's doing here. He's got his finger on the trigger and he's not even.
Oh, that's his radiation scanner.
Oh, that's what it is? Radiation scanner?
Yeah.
All right.
Doesn't look like a heater to me, but the last time they also made a square barrel on that other firearm. So yeah, I mean, right. Whatever.
That's right. They did. All right. So instead of taking them on full force, we're going to go into this crazy thing where there's like the blue lines are these water ducts, pipes from the sewer. And all these blue ones are on kind of like on the periphery, on the outside of this place. But then they tell you all the red ones they don't know about. And I'm like, how do they not know? How do they not ever know about? Well, never mind. So somebody didn't tell somebody to draw those in, but Bruce knows all about it. Because he's like, well, back when I ran Wayne Industries, I was like, oh, okay. I guess I get it. He had most of the contracts, so he knows they're there, but he didn't tell the city. He didn't tell anybody.
Because you would just spend money drilling a bunch of tunnels for shits and giggles.
Well, I guess
I-
they were functional, but he didn't tell them. He doesn't, he's sneaky like that. He doesn't, he's very deceptive. He doesn't tell the government everything. So yeah, I get your point though. So what are they there for? He goes, they've come in useful through the years. I guess that's a little hint on how maybe he got around sometimes, sneaky, where they couldn't catch him because he's probably underground in these tunnels that the city
Sure.
didn't even know about. So I kind of like that. At least they explained it, because he says, "What about those red ones?" Oh, and then he does say it right here. I forgot that. I should start taking notes when I do this. So if the tunnel's about the red ones, he says, well, it's a perfect way to sneak in under their noses. That kind of says what I was getting at, that he
Mhm.
uses them in the past to get around town or get around places nobody
Get
knew where he was.
around town.
You did my SpongeBob, yes.
Yeah.
Around town. Oh, I'm gonna have to get some of those sound bites for people, man. What? All right, so then he's like, well, okay then, man. But what happens if Blake gets the stuff and he releases it? Because once he gets in there, what's gonna happen? But like you said, JT, because you're smart. See, what did you say earlier about water?
Well, they use water as a nuclear inhibitor, and also it prevents all of the gamma rays and shit like that from being able to penetrate a sufficient amount of water, thus keeping the radioactivity contained.
Yeah. And then we see how smart Bruce is to have actually built those tunnels under the Bloodhaven nuclear facility, because he had the contracts. His how do you say it? Foresight into the
Mhm.
future is, well, this thing's a nuclear. Let me build some safety tunnels and fail-safe devices, because you remember what he did to JLA, that he had fail-safe devices or fail-safe ideas for every single one of them if they went rogue, even Superman. So if you guys watch DC animation or the other comics, Batman was like that. It was a big stinkeroo in the movies and in
Okay.
the comics, that Batman was plotting and didn't tell them that. And I'm only mentioning it because this is Batman we're talking about. This is Bruce. That he does these things, that he has the foresight to think ahead of time, not 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. He's thinking, well, if the JLA ever got compromised, I need to know how to take them out. This is just kind of his way of doing things. And we get some knuckle drawings on the finger here that we missed out last week. You pointed out,
Yeah.
look, the finger's got no knuckles.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. But I like some of the drawings, like the little one here to the left of Bruce. You can see that his face, he's like, he's thinking. And so his idea is, I'll flood it within a 5-mile radius and everything will be cool. But the problem is, JT, how is Terry going to get in there? Why is he even going? I guess,
How does he know the plan? How does he know what's happening?
well, Bruce is guessing that Blight is going to go for the third element.
Perfect guess.
Yeah.
It's a little convenient, isn't it?
Yes. But we get some good detail here with the pipes and the stuff like that. A little drawing, like it's a little worn down concrete, as you can imagine. So they're thinking, I like where the artist is thinking here a little bit. He's drawing stuff like a little, like the chips off the concrete or whatever that you can imagine in a place like that. But he's like, if this is the beginning of the 5-mile zone, looks like if I make a left, I'll lead me closer to the plant. And I'm thinking, yeah, Bruce already knows. He would have already known exactly how to get
Giving
in
you
there.
the map.
Yeah,
Right.
We could just tell him in his ear pod, make a left, make a right, go here, or he would have already told him, just go this way. It's kind of like he's winging it. I'm like, I'm not buying that. I It's like
Yeah.
you just start walking around. You don't know where
Everything
you're
else
going.
has been so convenient up to this point. Why
Right.
why stop now?
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like if I make a left, it might, it'll lead me closer to the play. It's like, you don't know. You're just walking down this huge freaking tunnel. You don't know where you're going. Kind of weird. But anyway, I know it's a little bit nitpicky, but they just showed that huge map, and then he's just walking around. And then he wants to just open up door number 1, because I'm assuming if this door was the actual door to the room, what do you think would be on this door? Everybody, what do you see this door here to the right, this gold with the handle before he grabs it? If this happens to be the door to the main vault where all that stuff is, that if you break into it, it'll delete everybody in a 4-mile radius. What do you think could be on that door?
Maybe an alarm,
Or like
a
a
lock.
sticker or something like, say,
Yeah.
don't effing go in here. Radioactive room, danger, hazmat, something. I don't know. Is that just me, JT, or am I being nitpicky here? If that's the actual door to the room, and since it's abandoned because they already had one freaking accident, that he can just walk in there. Well, he snuck in through the tunnel, so they didn't see him, because that's fair, right, JT?
Mhm.
It's fair that he could sneak in because they're using tunnels that the government doesn't know about. But on the inside, you can just walk up to the store and open it.
Yep.
Like it's no big deal. And I'm like, okay, so hold on to your hats here, JT. I think you might lose you might you might lose it here. Thoughts?
What are
Anybody?
you? Who are you? What are you? Why are you? What do you want?
Yeah, everybody. This took a
Is this Demolition Man all of a sudden?
I don't know, but this one threw me off. I was like, what in the F is going on? Like, you're telling me there's a bunch of kids living here? Like a lot of them, a lot. But there's a lot of pipe work and stuff. So it's not the room to the actual stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, well then that makes sense, because I didn't see this coming at all. I thought he was just going to go in there and find Blight, or he was going to secure. You know what I'm getting at. I didn't see this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this mess here? It's like, oh, come on, guys, what are we doing here? So yeah, JT, everybody, there's apparently some older
Boxy is in there too, probably.
Boxy. Oh, Boxy's definitely in there. A couple of older teenagers with the younglings. And this guy has an attitude. He's got a baseball bat or something, and his name is Akira. And I was like, that's an odd choice, but Akira was a great animation movie. I don't know if you've ever seen
But
that.
they're going to need Boxy to team up with Batman, so that way they can go to the nuclear part, and Boxy will just walk around and nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, he'll just have like some flu symptoms later. No big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, all the metal it'll be like dripping down, but he'll be fine.
Yep.
He'll just have a little cough. He's, some chicken noodle soup and some cinnamon French toast. He'll be fine. Everything else is melting. And everybody, if you're trying to think about what in the hell are they talking about, that would be Battlestar Galactica issue number 14. If you'd like to go back and rewatch that. Yeah, not one of our favorites.
Our least favorite comic to date.
Today. Yes. Well, especially that particular scene. So this guy is like a little hot-headed, but yeah, he's like, hey, who the hell are you? Batman. There ain't no damn Batman. He thinks somebody made him up to scare little kids. And obviously he's not reading the room himself, because there's a dude standing there in a red Batman outfit. So Batman, or Terry's just kind of like, Yeah, okay, dude. You're not gonna catch me with that stick. Swings around. He's like, play nice, dude. You're not being a good leader or something here. He goes, I'm not even gonna let you hurt us. But Terry just just snaps the stick, smash. No big deal. So chill out, bro. You'll be all right. I ain't here to hurt nobody. And he goes, are you the Batman? Can you take me flying? So all the kids are being like all cute and stuff, like, oh, you got any candy?
Do you have any gum?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I touch your wings? And it's like, I guess the wings on his chest there, because he, he didn't deploy his big red wings.
Yeah,
yet.
how do they know?
His propeller wings. I guess it's on the chest there. And this guy's still being kind of an a-hole. It's like, stay away from him. And she's like, no, he's fine. He's just playing with the kids. And because he's trying to alpha male Terry here because he's on his territory.
Yeah.
And then Terry's kind of like, how do you live? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this issue is just taking an about face. And I'm like, what is going on here? JT, what are your thoughts on this angle now that we're doing? Is this just like a distraction?
It went
What are
from
we
bad to
doing?
worse. Why doesn't Bruce Wayne know about these underground peoples if he knew everything else about this whole plan? And why are we diverting people? Why aren't we
Yes.
spending time in conflict with the what do you even want to call him? Glow in the dark blight? Why aren't we trying to fight him? What's the point in this? This is an interesting three-quarters of the way into the it's
Well,
not.
Buddy pulled out some good old school shit. Logan's Run. And I don't know if you remember that movie or if you
It's been a long
watch it.
time, but yeah, I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, Farrah Fawcett was in it, and Buddy helped me out. The main guy. I'm skipping the name. Sometimes I can do names. Sometimes I can't get any during the night. It just depends. Who knows, right? The brain cells aren't functioning. Probably all that Jameson I had last Saturday on my birthday party by myself. But I went out. It was fun.
Oh man, yeah.
That band was so good. I met some people. They invited me to go down to another place right down here. We hung out a little bit, met some cool people.
Cool.
So it was good. Yeah. And anyway, yeah, I'm not digging this whole thing because I'm like, what's the angle here? How are they going to tie? I'm with you on this, JT. This is like, what are we doing here? Even people like to think it. So basically, what it is, I'm just going to let you know as you're reading this, JT.
Yep.
It's the writer wanted to come down on society for kids type of thing.
Okay.
Agencies, foster care, orphanages. Yeah, right, man. People like to think society is perfect and mentally, physically disabled. And I'm not saying he's not right. I'm not saying that.
I don't want to read that.
I
Get
don't.
to the end of this story. What are we doing?
What are we doing is the problem that we're having with it. Correct? Yeah, obviously. It's not. This isn't a comic that we were talking about where Terry was rescuing kids from a bad situation of these type of orphanages, foster care, and stuff like that. This is like a whole different issue type of thing.
Yeah.
Because if you wanted to put in two plot themes, you should have already introduced this earlier somehow.
Yes.
We're on page whatever, and this is like a little bit late.
16 out of 20 or something like that.
Yeah, we're getting there. Something like that. Yeah. Michael York, thank you. Classics. Oh, and Buddy, both. Thank you. Yeah, I'm complete blank on that. I had the face, couldn't get the name. Of course, I remembered Farrah. Girl. And then the lead girl, she was really cute too. Anywho, well, JT, there's a whole thing where there's a bunch of kids. Logan's Run is based on euthanasia type stuff anyway. So when you get, I think, help me out again, guys. What age did you think they might have been? In their 40s, 50s, or older? I don't know. Yeah, they took care of that kind of thing. I'm not going to say what they do.
Oh, so it's like Canada, basically.
Yeah, inadvertently. So this guy has such an attitude that Terry is like, well, how do you live down here? Well, you shouldn't be down here, but you could be in danger if I can't stop the man I told you about, which we totally missed. So apparently, we're just supposed to understand he had a whole conversation about blight instead of just actually putting in the conversation about blight.
Oh, that's horse
Yeah.
hockey. Yep.
Yeah. So did you catch on to that here?
Nope.
Okay, he goes, if I can't stop the man I told you about, these tunnels will be flooded with radiation and you'll delete. I'm like, when did that conversation happen? But so then this guy's like, oh, Mr. And she loves this guy here. She's like, oh, you're so cute, honey. Now then we'll just, then that's what'll happen. It's better than the alternative. And I'm thinking, alternative to what? Leaving there and going somewhere else? What? So when it went from bad to worse, that line right there made it from worse to worser.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the writer's thinking here that this young guy, probably teenager, 18, 19 or whatever, is saying to, well, we're not going to leave here because society sucks so bad that
We'd rather be irradiated.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You feel me now? So I was kind of like, what? I say, oh, this comic just got derailed. It was going okay for the most part up until here, because now there's no tie-in other than apparently the writer might have had a very bad day, or I'm sorry, a bad time. Maybe he was younger and some bad things happened to him, which is highly likely, because some of those places are very good and some of them are very bad. All right, JT.
Okay.
They haven't been the best for kids. I'll just say that. We all know growing up. And yeah, but to say that about this whole group of kids, it's just so far freaking fetched. It's like your letter grade is just going to bad.
This is a trope too, where
Yeah,
you
that's what I mean.
warn
It's just
about impending doom, and the village elder says, "We've weathered the storm before. We're going to do it again."
yeah, and the alternative is to just go ahead and delete all these youngins because I'm an a-hole. I had a bad life doing in that thing. And I'm not saying he didn't. He may probably did. Obviously, the writer did. It's
Yeah.
you're self-projecting into this issue for no freaking reason. So anyway, let's move on from that. So I can show you a shortcut. So he actually helps out. Which I was like, okay, that's cool. He's helping Terry out. But we're going back to the part that Terry didn't know where to go. That threw me off. So he gets the shortcut that Bruce would have already known about. And he goes up through this tunnel, which looks like what does that look like to you?
But wouldn't Bruce be like, hey, just checking in, why hasn't your signal moved in like 7 hours?
Buddy Hepburn. You're making me hungry, dude.
Like he obviously had all this time to sit and have tea and crumpets and exchange stories and have the little Ewoks and C-3PO tell the tale of blight down here.
Yeah, and then he's going up a Star Trek Enterprise shaft.
Oh, a Jeffries tube?
Yeah, is that what you guys call it?
Yeah,
I know what you mean. I just didn't know the name.
I think maybe there's a ladder we don't see.
Yeah, he's crawling on the ground, but he's going up. So good point. That's a little faux pas, but look to the left here.
Okay.
Yeah, but his body position here looks like he's just crawling on the ground on his stomach through he's not holding on to any damn rails there. But anyway, I know that's definitely nitpicking because I'm still kind of pissed about that whole wasted space. I know what you're going to say about that whole thing that we just went through with those kids. Mm-hmm. I already know because we've been through it before. But I like the art here, other than they had him crawling and then he's climbing. So you get your stairs there. rails,
Mhm.
and then he pops in here, and I like this. It just shows how big this place is. There's the reactor room. So he snuck in. He didn't go through a door. He went through a drainage pipe,
Yeah, he
or
went through the sewer.
yeah, some kind of, or like you said, Jeffrey's tube, maintenance tube,
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
right? I like the detail here. They had like a shadow. Remember, they draw shadows like fishnet to the left of the pipe.
Yeah.
So you get the light in front of him, the steam coming off, and all that kind of stuff.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So, but he goes from that room into what it looks like a cafeteria room or something, or a hallway. And I don't like
He would
his
be
body.
so utterly lost in a
Yeah.
big place like this.
Yeah, and he only got there because that guy told him how to get there. So that's what I mean about the Bruce not telling him how to get around, make a left, go right. And now, because here's my point. Guess who he's talking to now? But they make, oh, there's too much residual radiation as the excuse now, instead of earlier saying, you see what I mean? He was lost, so he tries to call Bruce, but you go like 5 pages later, he's still lost, and now he's calling Bruce. Hey, Bruce, I just met all these kids down here. You know what I mean? Didn't even say anything. Like he's not calling. We need to get these kids out of here, Bruce. We can't do this. See what I mean about Batman lore? Bruce would not have told him to continue on when he knew all those kids were there. Because what's the whole plan? What's the fail safe? The fail safe is what Terry told that guy. Your guys are going to get, and he guy doesn't care, and Terry's okay with that. I'm like, ooh, I'm not liking that. That is not Batman. Batman would not just say, I'm just going to keep going on this mission while all these kids are down here because the guy just told him he didn't care. So he breaks into this room. I guess he's got a card. Okay, you're going to have some tech to get in. No big deal. And he goes, this is just too easy. And I'm like, I don't know what he means. You've got the tech to break in. Guess who's inside already?
Blight, of course.
Of course, he just happens to be
just
there
in the nick of time. Even though you spent an indeterminate amount of time just yucking it up with a bunch of kids.
Yeah, you wasted what, an hour hanging around?
Oh,
with
more
those
than
guys?
that. More than that.
And then you leave them. Oh, never mind. I'll bring this on my review. So, I think you spoke too soon because he said it was too easy. He's like, Blight. So Blight explains to us, for some apparent reason, such a small amount of zirconium, but enough for my purposes. You might want to run for it, dude, because I doubt you could get far enough away fast enough. Now, when Terry gets into that room, JT, and everybody in the chat, knowing that all those kids are down there, like 50 of them, what would you do? Probably just like, I don't know.
I wouldn't be even
like
going
leave.
towards this facility if it were me, but
Yeah. Well, once I found those kids, I wouldn't be going forward anyway. But anywho, Terry catches a kind of a break here, or at least you better hope so, because when Blight goes to grab the junk, his junk there.
Wait, he goes to grab his junk?
Yeah. He gets shocked or blasted because there's a containment field. So apparently this whole place is being guarded, not just because it had an accident, it's because they're guarding this stuff. I don't know why they just didn't tell us that. But we knew because Bruce told us, but not the narrator.
So they had an accident and they couldn't clean it up, but it's good enough for them to walk around in?
Well, Blight can.
Lighting and everything?
Yeah, that's why they were guarding it instead of just move.
So why is it a
sealing.
shut down facility anyway? It looks like they cleaned it all up.
Yeah. Well, they're guarding this stuff is the real reason. See,
okay,
that's what Bruce was getting at. That they're basically only guarding this stuff. And he's like, but there was a containment field. And so now Blight's kind of pissed off, and he gets handsy and grabs Terry, but Terry judo flips him, but he throws him right into the damn junk. And he's like, eat photons. I'm like, what? I think JT's gonna love
Why would
that.
you eat photons
I
in
don't-
all of this?
I don't know where that came from. But anyway.
You know what
throws him-
photons are, right?
Huh?
Photons are light.
Yeah, the lightsaber. I mean, light gun. Damn, you know what I'm trying to say. Not lightsabers, but anyhow. So now Terry says, "Oh my gosh, energy spillage. Heads up." Like, who's he talking to? Is he talking to the light? I guess so. It's like, oh, the containment field is weakened. And then he goes for his junk again there. Last warning, kid, I'll pull this out. And then he pulls the blazing saddles on him. JT's like, pardon me while I whip this out. I rode a blazing saddles.
Yeah.
And yeah, tough crowd.
This thing has got me so frustrated.
Yeah, it's gotten silly here. He's like, well, I'm going to pull this out. And I'm like, isn't that what you were going to freaking do anyway? Are you going to take it, or is he going to open it? He's not going to open it. So it's kind of redundant for him to say, well, pull it out of what? I don't get it. Terry's like, no. And then I was right. So he's like, oh, on second thought, that might be the perfect end to a perfect day. Got it. But I still don't understand. He changed his mind from opening it, pulling it out, I guess. But they did have a plan here. All right. We didn't know it. They set us up a little bit. And then this happens. It's something shoots like a foam around the Zalakalakium stuff. And he's like, what the hex? What'd you do? And he goes, Cassium 90. So here we go, JT. Another experimental element for you. So you want to deal with that or what? All right, JT.
So I have a mystery chemical that I just pull out at the last second, so that way I can fix this.
Yeah, he shoots him in the hand so he doesn't open up the case. He's like, another experiment. It has a negative radioactive property opposite the zirconium. And I'm like, where did you get it? We don't know.
The Batcave just stores loads of rare isotopes.
Second elements, apparently.
Yeah.
Anywho, and instead
of
informing,
no, I know where he got it. He got it at the the big orange box. That's the power of the Home Depot right there.
I forget he got it on like eBay or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because that's where you can get vindicated. So apparently he knows all about this stuff now, and he's like, yeah, it renders it inert. And he's like, you mother some bitch from Smoking the Bandit. You some bitch. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't come any closer. This might have the same effect on you. But he kind of already knows that because look at his hand. But then Blight's like, you're bluffing. And I'm like, no, he's not. He already shot you with it. But Terry doesn't seem to understand that it did work at least a little bit. So why not shoot him right in the face? What would you do, JT, if you're standing there and you're Terry with that stuff? Shoot him in the damn face, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Okay. So he's like, this is the last time, Batman. I don't know who you are or how you've come this far against me.
Kid already. He already called him kid.
Yeah, he already called him kid. Because didn't they follow his dad around? It's almost kind of like they might have known. Remember the big dude from the last issue We finally got our nut
He
shot
knows
in.
him when he needs to know him. He doesn't know him when he needs to not know who he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so he says he's bluffing, but he doesn't go for a hand-to-hand fight with him, even though he has his other hand that can literally melt the
Yeah, all this
wall.
nuclear protocol, you just get rid of the problem.
Yeah,
There's
there is none because now there's a hole in the wall. Isn't that the wall to the place that held the stuff that you
yeah, where
couldn't
everybody
do the
was supposed to
shielding?
be dead within 5
Yeah.
miles or 4 miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Uh, so Blight hauls ass. He doesn't want to get into a fist fight with Terry, but instead of Terry trying to shoot him, stop him with this stuff, at least try, he just lets him go.
Let's him
And
go.
let it go.
No.
Go ahead, JT. Let it go.
Ah,
I'll do the
no.
background.
I don't think the fans
We're-
want to hear me sing that.
we can turn this into a karaoke. So another problem that I have here, obviously, is that Terry had the goods on him and just stood there. And then they make a little joke about he doesn't clean up. I'm like,
Is
no,
that
I'm
because
not.
Batman doesn't use guns? Is that why?
Well, no, he already shot him with it once to keep him from stealing the stuff. And instead of shooting Blight right in the face when he's standing there right in front of him, he just lets him go through the wall, and he's just standing there. He doesn't
That's some
even.
Kool-Aid, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So Bruce is trying to say, "Oh yeah, it did work on the siliconium. Turned it inert. Would have worked on Blight, you know." So Bruce, I was right, JT. Bruce is like, it would have worked on him. And his excuse here is, well, I figured it, but as long as neither of us were sure. Okay, but didn't Bruce just tell him it would have worked?
Yeah.
I'm totally losing it, guys. I
You should have at
apologize.
least tried.
I, he already used it on him, JT. This is what I'm getting at. Continuity. He already shot him in the hand and it worked. It stopped him from using his hand. So the only way he got out of there was using his other hand. So he doesn't shoot him again. Because he said I wasn't sure, but he tries to say Bruce wasn't sure. Bruce is just telling him it would have worked. Anyway, I know I don't think this is nitpicking at this point because you just let the dude get away and didn't even. He's like, well, is something else bothering you? The kids in the tunnel. So apparently Terry must have told him. I'm
How
assuming
did
at
you
this point.
know? I wasn't sure until now.
Yeah.
Going to report them to the authorities? No, because you promised them you wouldn't. Because it's the right thing to do. What?
Okay, so let me get this straight again.
When the authorities already know, dude, people file things called police reports when they get robbed. They're gonna
Well,
figure it out.
Bruce, how all he has got to do is call Barbara Gordon, but this is in Bloodhaven. But Bruce has connections. He could call Barbara to call up Bloodhaven. He knows people in Bloodhaven. But it's the writing here. It's just gone bonkers because I'm just figuring that Terry talked to him about those kids because he's changed out of his uniform, right? He Febrezed it. I don't like his eyes right here. Look at his eyes. These little round little things here on this right
How
thing.
is it the right thing to?
Well, what I'm getting at here is Bruce's face looks great. And he goes, those
No.
kids in the tunnels? He goes, how did you know? So my theory of him already telling him pre-conversation is wrong. So he didn't tell him. And he goes, but I wasn't sure until now. So JT, I think you might have, we're going to say something about that there's no way Bruce would have let all them kids live in a freaking nuclear reactor. Bruce
In
Wayne.
a sewer.
In a sewer in a nuclear reactor if he kind of knew. It's
Didn't Bruce and his family fund a bunch of orphanages
yes.
in Gotham City?
Yes.
So
One of his big things were helping kids. That's why he took on Robin. That's why he took on Dick Grayson, just to help him. It finally got to him. See what I mean? When you screw with lore this badly, people don't like it. Like last issue, we didn't have any of these problems with the writing, not like this. So this issue's really lost.
And wouldn't you report them to the authorities because they admitted that they steal a bunch of shit?
Bruce would have never allowed it to happen, period. Don't you think, everybody? Bruce, there's no freaking way that Bruce Wayne, he would have at least gone investigated it, because all he had to do is walk down his own damn tunnel that he didn't tell Terry how to get around in. Let's not forget that.
Is this the writer? Okay, go to the next page if you can.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down here because he does say something kind of important here. Bruce says to him, "Because you promised them you wouldn't?" Question mark. Because it's the right thing to do. Now, JT, obviously know that the radioactive material is not in there anymore. So that threat level is gone. But are you going to let all these kids, 50, 60 of them, just try to survive in a nuclear
Lord of
building?
the Flies style?
Yeah, with no health care, no medical, nothing.
No schooling.
Nothing. So, and Bruce says, "Oh, well, Terry's just going to help." And guess what he does? He just brings some food and sports stuff to play around in the nuclear building. Although that is gone.
That celery is going to cook so well in that sewer they live in.
Yeah. That fruit is going to last a long time. And look. Oh my gosh, everybody, look, puppy. Puppy, everybody. It's a puppy. Oh.
Is
it's
this
a Daggett.
Is this projection? Maybe. Yeah. Is this a projection from the writer? They spend time in an orphanage and they feel like this is what should have happened, that Batman should have come and saved them at an orphanage and brought them a puppy. I mean, what are we even doing here?
Okay, well, let's go straight into that, because that's exactly what I'm thinking, because I think I mentioned it earlier. Projection? Did I say? Yeah, I did. I said something about projection earlier. So Terry tags his Batman symbol on there, which would have been cool if this would have been a good issue. And then he calls this girl Virginia. There is a Batman. And they leave them there.
It's about as helpful as that dad that abandons you and comes around on Christmas. Gives you some gas station toys, then leaves again like a day later.
Yeah, and Buddy did answer me about the Logan's Run age thing. He says that they did the thing to the people when they were only 30 and 21 in the book. So if you're remembering that I was telling you about euthanasia, self-deletion type of thing, that's what went on in there when we were talking about the kids. And yeah, it was Michael York. And that was a good one. That one made you laugh there. The rat burgers down there. Yeah. I should you go first on this one and give your review?
So I don't know how upset I should be at this.
Just
do issue number 3.
Do what you think.
The cover was better than before. I kind of like Blight as a quasi villain. Still not convinced he's an actual villain. They haven't written him to be conclusively as such.
Well,
just doesn't like the Batman, and I don't blame him, because the Batman's been little more than a stalker at this point.
Well, he did kill Terry's dad. Don't forget that. That's Terry Powers. Just don't forget that part.
Okay.
You might have forgotten that one. So that's yeah.
But he hasn't done anything else.
Until this one was trying to steal nuclear stuff. I guess.
Maybe.
But I don't even really care anymore about.
You don't even know what the purpose for him to take it is. Um, I thought the pacing was terrible. The artwork was getting to be a little bit more passable, although planes or helicopters without proper stuff kind of gets to me. Um, what really just destroys this for me is are two things. One, they need to hire um, an editor that will actually read comic and check it for spelling and grammar. I don't know if they had their friend or something from high school or something check this. Very unprofessional, a lot of mistakes. The other thing, this whole kid's story totally ruined it. Why did we throw this in there? It felt like one of the writers, someone here that put this together, was trying to write their life story into Batman and make the story about them, not about not about the Batman. Um, it was also 100% unneeded in the story, ruined the climax and the confrontation of this story with Batman and Blight, and it made it way too short. We really don't know what's going to happen next. We have no clue. Like, why do we care that Blight even got away with stuff at this point? I do not like it. I'm sorry, Dave. I do
No,
not like it at
I
all.
think I know it.
Why would
I'm
we
gonna
do? Why would you do any of this?
I'm gonna write this down. Hold on, before you give your letter grade,
Okay.
I'm gonna write it down. Pencils down. Go to camera. Okay, give me your letter grade.
I'm gonna give this an F.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I give it. Terrible. I was liking it to a point only because I was being cool with just comics and having fun and
Yeah.
with
Oh,
the whole
sure.
Blight
Sure.
story. It was the writing was very minimalist and very young age directed. There wasn't a lot of pew pew. There wasn't. It's just Blight. He's doing this. Batman, Terry. It was very kid oriented.
Mhm.
Just a comic
Sure.
book, man. And
Sure.
I was like, yeah, I might not like some of the stuff they're doing. The art was okay. It was functional. But then the nitpicking turned into outright no way. No way. You're what? So when we both agree, and then you look at it and you say it to yourself, I'm going to read that again. I'm going to read it again. No, that's the way they do it. When they got to the kids thing, it's just bombed,
Yeah.
dude. And none of it made sense. He told us all about the tunnels, but Terry didn't know where to go. That made no sense to me. Then he comes through the one door, making it seem like he's going to go into the room. And I was bitching about, oh, well, there's no hazard things on it. Well, because he didn't go into the regular room. So I was wrong about that because he gave us this kids thing. Like the whole earth has been, like Terminators where they're living underground and all
Demolition
this kind
Man.
of
Yeah.
demolition. Any of the sci-fi tropes with this kind of Logan's Run that Buddy brought up. And I'm like, okay, that threw me for a curb. What are they going to do with it? What did they do with it, JT? Nothing.
Oh, you got puppies. You got puppies.
You got a puppy at the end. And
Did the tropes bother you? The fact that they were so well worn already that you already kind of expected it?
well, yeah. I mean, I hated the trope. If you don't use the tropes properly, then what's the point? I mean, the whole kid's story is nothing but a projection from the writer or somebody that the writer knew or anything. You could have taken that out and it wouldn't have mattered in the least bit because all
Right.
they did was say, I'm going to show you a shortcut. And then Terry agrees with those kids that he shouldn't tell the authorities and they're going to live down there. And for the assumption that Batman Bruce Wayne, by the way, not Terry, that yeah, at least they don't look at the puppy and try to take a bite out of it, Buddy Hepburn. That
I
they
just don't.
hinted. They
I
hinted.
just don't know what world it is where letting kids live homeless in a sewer is the right thing to do.
Well, that they this is what really pissed me off. The final edge of my F, by the way. I think we all know what grade I'm giving. That the hinting that Bruce kind of maybe knew that they were already there. That man, have a good sleepy.
We're almost done ourselves here.
Yeah, we're
But
almost
great
done
to
here.
see you, Devin.
That the insinuation that Batman Bruce Wayne knew that they might have already been there while that stuff was in that building as well. And now think about this, JT. We're only to keep the story moving along with Blight. We were only assuming that Batman is guessing that that's where Blight is going to go next to make all three of those elements, put those elements together. He's using his logic because remember, he did say that he thinks Blight stole the second element. So that's why Bruce thinks
Yeah, it
he's
was a
going
leap
for
of
the
logic on that point too.
Yeah, he didn't know that Blight had stole it, but he's going with it. He's working with it here. You know, and you move that kind of story, that plot line along in the way comics do those kind of things. And I was okay with it only because he explained that he thought Blight stole the second element. So he thinks that he's going for the third one. What pissed me off was the whole kids arc that they would allow that Bruce Wayne will let all these kids living in there under those kind of conditions in a freaking nuclear facility in the first place.
Yep.
That pissed me off, dude. That is not Bruce Wayne. And fight me over it. You know what I'm saying? What does people say that shit all the time? Fight me. Whatever. But you get that's what got me. That's what really threw me over the edge. I think this is, I don't know who's writing this shit. I'm not gonna say the name. It doesn't matter. It was 26 years ago. But it's wrong. And you can get mad at me all you want, right, JT? You felt the same way. But it's not Batman lore. Even you brought it up. You're like, well, didn't he do a lot of stuff for kids? And you've seen me go off about this Batman lore before when they abuse it or when they're just like, and I'm not a big Batman expert by any means. But even if I know it, what does that tell you, JT? You know? If I can rant on how bad they screwed
give
up
yourself
the Batman
some
lore,
credit, but we're both sitting here going, no, this is not right.
Yeah, buddy, and I agree with you there because then they came out with later, even after right before he met the kids, or no, it was after he met the kids. Then he's trying to call Bruce. See what I mean, JT and everybody? And I agree with Buddy here. He should have had the Bruce come over the headset, but they try to get around that. But it's way too late. You're lost. You don't call Bruce. We didn't know that because he didn't try. You meet all these kids. And then he's in the memory. I said he looked like a cafeteria before he finally went into the room. And by the way, that door didn't have any damn sign on it either.
Right. Well,
So
keep in mind the way that they had this story written. It was one punch or missed punch or, Cassium 90 not hitting the right thing away from all those kids getting irradiated.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they actually made me from saying this comic is bad to actually being kind of pissed. Yeah. And I can tell you, if there was any other hardcore Batman people here, I don't know what they would be telling me that I would be wrong. Not when we all agree that would not have happened if Bruce thought them kids were there. So done. So
I think you're giving this thing an F, aren't you?
Oh yeah, that's total F. Total F. No way. You're not getting a grade on this. It's complete negative. 9.
I put this in our bottom 5 that we've ever read. I don't know if it breaches into bottom 3. If it's,
I don't know
made
about
me. I'm not
3.
invested enough yet.
It gets close. It's
I,
close
I'm
because when you
just not
screw,
invested enough in the story yet and in this character yet to move it into my top 3 most
but-
offensive
but
because it hits so early out of the gate.
yeah, but when you get somebody is and thank you for saying giving myself a little bit of credit. I guess I will, but
Yeah, yeah,
uh, um,
you should.
they
But
I hate to say things like you should have known better, but is that not the case here? Um, you even pointed out it seems like a projection, and that's all it was. So yeah, all right. Well, there you go, folks. But so, Mr. Kirk,
an
what do you
F
have
and an
going
F.
on? F and
F.
F.
Oh man,
Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic
Ooh,
Four. This is not.
no.
What do I have going on? So tomorrow I'll be either I'll be working or trying to hang out with you or Admiral Teague. We'll see. Friday, late night fortnight, Mark D with the C's channel. Usually starts sometime between 11 and midnight Eastern. Then Saturday should be hanging out with the great Admiral Teague on Saturday night Star Trek.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, kind of the same for me. I don't have a movie lined up for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Just been kind of lazy. I thought I was going to do the Ice Pirates again, but I think I'm still going to hold that off because Nick said he's doing it on January 6th, I think.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was going to do like The Shining, but it's kind of boring if you think about it. It's kind of a long setup for the end, and Halloween's already gone. So I don't think I have anything queued up. I could do Shakes the Clown again because I forgot to put the link in. I screwed the link up. And I think it was Buddy. Buddy was
You
the
got to
only
find a
one watching it with me.
Thanksgiving story, like Die Hard's a Christmas story. You got to find.
I don't have anything like that that's not in Blu-ray. I don't even have any of the diehards. I know, right? Ooh. Uh, that's kind of crazy. I've got the Lethal Weapons. I have Master and Commander, but
Oh, the Far Side of the World.
yeah, but I think it's in Blu-ray. Like, anyway, yeah, well, you know me, I'll think of something tonight or not even do a movie. But next week, for you and everybody else, JT, we might have to get together and do a premiere video, or we can just skip a week because it's Thanksgiving. That
It
would be
is
nice.
Thanksgiving Eve. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't even know that we should even do a stream on Thanksgiving Eve because I might
We'll
be
think
going.
about it. We'll let everybody know, right? You'll put something out there with
Well,
our final
yeah.
decision.
I would just assume no on the comics because I'm not going to ask you. Yes, buddy. I think you might have mentioned it over on X. Say it's a great movie. I like that movie too.
It's definitely the lesser of two evils.
you some bitch. You get good there. So tell me, fighting around the world. That's what he was doing, right?
Yes.
The books. Ooh,
It is a good movie. I mean, it's played 10 bazillion million umptillion times on like TNT and TBS and all of that. It's one of those type of movies, but
I watch it every couple
I've
years.
enjoyed it many a time.
It's very good. Very good. Who knows if I can get that to work? I might do something. I can do Aliens 2. Aliens. I think I did Alien. I don't remember if I did Aliens, but it's screwed up. It's not on Blu. I have both Blu-ray and the regular one because I had bought it and then I wanted the bonus features on the Blu-ray versions. And then, as it turns out, the non-Blu-ray ones actually have a very good features as well on some of them. But you can get the. I didn't know if we talked about this, JT, because you were busy on that Thursday. That you can watch the score on the movie. I mean, you can listen to the. Screwed this up. Hold on. You can watch the movie.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Like Joe Pesci. I'm thinking Lethal Weapon. He's okay. They walk you through the drive there. And you can watch the movie and then listen to only the score.
Oh yeah, they've got that version out there. Yeah.
Dude, it's cool, dude. It's very cool. So you can just listen to the music the whole time. That would be like good if you got too much of that stuff you were drinking. What is it? The blue label? Oh, I
Maybe.
did do. Wait,
Yeah.
Buddy says I did do Aliens. I thought I did because we were quoting Bill Paxton all night, even before and after he was saying shit. They mostly come out at night, mostly. Oh, that's a great movie. I could do that again. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll do something. If not, then, buddy, I will see you in 2 weeks on movie night. Because if I don't do it tomorrow, I won't be doing it. I'm supposed to go south and visit a friend of mine I've known since like I was 6. It's kind of like my brother.
Giggity.
Giggity. And they're doing some stuff for Thanksgiving. But I'm going to be honest with you, everybody. I don't like being on the roads on the holidays. So the point of that is being that I would be leaving like Monday or Tuesday to get down there, which is right when everybody's going to be driving. So it's kind of like, damn, I know, buddy. You get me with that one every freaking time. That and Monster Squad and Fright Night, Near Dark. I used to have the Fright Night, never had Near Dark or Monster Squad. I need to get all 3 of those. Fantastic movies. And JT, you might remember Near Dark was why we love it because Bill Paxton's in it and Lance Henriksen from Aliens. And Bill Paxton does this huge scene in this bar. It's a vampire movie, JT.
Okay.
Yeah, we've talked about this for a while, but it was a long time ago. And I think it might have been everybody here. We were talking about it right on this show. That Bill Paxton was phenomenal in this movie, and he does a scene where he does some acting. You know what they do, and it was really good, like really freaking good. Like he just went off in this scene, in this bar scene, and it just goes on for like 5-10 minutes. It was so good. I'm not going to spoil alert for you because I'm going to have to get this, and you're going to have to come on and watch it with me. And I know
it won't be next Thursday. I can
No,
tell you
I don't
that.
even have it.
No.
I don't even have it. Yeah, but buddy's there with me. The Monster Squad and the original Fright Night, which I used to have. But I'm gonna have to get those on regular DVDs. I can try and get them cheap somewhere. Although Near Dark, I'm gonna be honest with you, was a little bit difficult to get. I was on Amazon, eBay. I guess I could probably get it on eBay, but it's a popular movie. You'd be surprised. It's a cult. It's a cult hit. Okay, Dan, JT, do you know the movie called Dale and Tucker versus Evil?
No, I don't.
It's a horror comedy. And buddy, I think you guys know the smaller one. I think his name is Tucker, or whatever. The skinnier guy, and I can't think of his name. They're a couple of good old boys down in the swamp areas, and they run into a group of kids with the trope of we're gonna go camping at this cabin in the woods type of thing.
Nothing bad ever happens.
Nothing bad ever happens, but what they do here, dude. Try not to spoil alert, but I'll give you the synopsis. Is the trope? It's so trope filled, but it's bloody at the same time. But it's not bloody like Texas Chainsaw Massacre bloody, although it is. But it's the way they do it. So the tropes begin right at the beginning. You know, on the way there, they meet some people on the road that are creepy as shit. You know, and they meet them, and these kids just go bonkers about Dale and Tucker because everything that happens makes Dale and Tucker look evil to those group of kids. And they slowly get removed from the picture. You get my drift. But
yeah, it's
never really Dale and Tucker's fault. it's freaking hilarious. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I might have to get that one, although I think I can do streaming. Anyway, I'm just jibber jabbering. So maybe
we get out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna roll out like 1 minute, and then Friday night, basically, hopefully Friday night, late night fortnight. Because if I don't do it this week and I'm not here next week, it won't matter. Saturday, I'll come by and say hello to you and the Admiralty. And then Sunday, I might try to stop in Sunday, unless I'm leaving
Oh,
really,
and
really.
Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, but if my traveling plans are that the sooner I leave to go down there, the better. But I don't want to spend like a whole 7 days down there. That's the predicament I'm in.
Right.
So it's kind of effed up because I do not want to be on the road with these people up here driving south for
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
in Florida, never.
Anywhere. I don't travel during the holidays, dude. I go different times to visit people.
Yeah.
But my buddy's going to be off for the week, so I'm like, ooh. And they're having a big Thanksgiving thing on Thursday, so I'll probably go if I feel up to it. Anywho, that's it. Thank you for everybody. Let me say thank you for the great Buddy Hepburn as always. Six popped in and hung out with us and gave us a good compliment. And she's just listening while she's driving to work and everything. That's pretty cool.
Oh.
Or something I think Buddy said, have a good time at work. Oh my God, Buddy, you haven't seen Dale and Tucker versus Evil? I know Ironcaster and Pops and them were doing it. And I was like, oh. I was like, well, it didn't matter because I don't have it. And they love it. Ironcaster loves that movie. FKHC 2005 even stopped in and said hello. Dadman said hello. In Classic, did I say Classic Comics 6, FKHC, Buddy Hepburn, and Dadman. I think we got everybody. Did I get everybody this week as well? I think I did. I thought somebody might have said something earlier, but I think that might have been Classic. Stopped in and said a quick hello and see ya. So anyway, yeah, there's 6 there. Tattoo. Yes, Tattoo. That's from Fantasy Island, JT. If you're wondering why she said that.
Okay. I did not know why.
Deep plane. I could show it real quick.
Let's get out of here. We've hit our 2-hour mark.
Oh, we hit
Don't
2
wanna
hours. Oh, we got to go.
shortchange you. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go. Well, I'm probably next week's going to be probably no go. If I do stay next week, JT, it's probably just going to me be on talking trash or just do a movie night next week, even or just do nothing, even if I don't go. You let me know what you want to do there. Oh, Tim, real quick, I don't have one yet. To be honest with you, I had one planned, it didn't work out on my upload, so I've got to figure out something else. I'll come up with something, throw it out there, but I got to figure out which one I'm going to do. So, all right, JT, I think that's it.
All right, man.
Yeah, let me say good night to everybody in the chat there again. Good night, everyone. Type it in. Good night, everyone. Love you. Take care. Bye.